Did everybody manage to get in the Tesla play?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Rosie coming in.
I didn't.
And who said that? That's you, Ken?
Yes, sir.
You brother sitting at a good point. As long as it don't go crazy overnight, you should be able to you be able to get in anyway. I told you you'd be good.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir. What's the strike?
Somebody wanted to say the specs to Kenny, what it was, whatever that trade was. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
I think it was 450 puts on January 17th.
No, it wasn't no puts. I hope nobody didn't take no puts.
Not
Cause,
JPM.
cause,
Nah, you talking about
cause.
Tesla.
I was about to
450
say,
call?
yep, 450 call January 17, I believe.
Okay.
Um, somebody took that 450 put. That thing was expensive. That's in the money like crazy. Wow. Uh, yeah. So that thing started moving before the market even closed down. I know mine was up a few percent. Ryan, what's up, man? I see you just stepped in. So we're gonna take a look at some things because it's a critical point right now in the market where we coming off a major pullback. Let me find out. Hey, Rosie,
Hi there.
how are you? Did you manage to get into the Tesla trade?
I did.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
Hey, did
Thank
you
you.
guys see? Did you? I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I want y'all to take this in. I'm gonna be accountable though, because that's one thing about me. I love accountability. I always see my 1% in everything that happens to me, right? Or everything I do. So, but I want to tell y'all, who the hell is Philip Pagode? Oh, okay. But I want to tell y'all, right? Um, we cool when we take the trades. I told y'all what the strategy was from the beginning, right? We all was clear on that, right? And we lost a couple small trades, right? Small amount trades rather that you paid for the contract, right? And I just want you to know that sometimes I can feel what you guys feel, but when I trade, I don't feel nothing. But I can feel what you feel because I used to feel that way too. And but I can't even really feel it to the magnitude that y'all do because even at my first trade, I had so much information in my head, right? Like when I finally was able to trade, the information was already there. So for you guys, the information ain't there, so I get it where the emotions be. But I can promise you this, like I keep telling you, if you just listen to me and stay cool, just be cool. This is why I wasn't opening the room those days until 10 o'clock. So y'all could purposely waddle in your emotions. Just chill. Just chill. I already told you what 9:30 to 10 is. I already told you who's trading around that time. I don't care what price doing. I don't enter. I don't get out of nothing. Right? So the more I can sense y'all chilling, the more I can operate. So I got y'all out of that trade that week only because I could feel what y'all feeling. But that's my fault. Y'all seen what happened if y'all stayed in that Tesla that day, right?
Exactly, man. Great.
Y'all see what happened?
Yeah.
That thing made damn near 2,200%. Be cool. I keep telling y'all. I don't know how many times I gotta show y'all. I'm not guessing and hoping over here, guys. I'm different. I'm different. And y'all have, we're both blessed. I'm blessed to have y'all in this room to be able to relate to people. But y'all blessed to be here getting this information. Trust me, it's different. It's different. Just listen. Listen, be cool. I know I'm not always gonna make the right moves. I'm always have the right intentions, but I may not make the right moves in the sense of time, in the sense of setup, strategy. You see what I'm saying? But as long as we do what's being said, we're gonna make some money. So the thing we looking at now, I just wanted to let y'all know that because we didn't have to miss that trade. If I knew y'all willing to risk that trade, we would have stayed in that trade. There's only 2, 3 contracts, but man, that little $120 that y'all put up for that trade, thing made 2,200%. So don't let your emotions dictate it. It always look like we're gonna lose, even when we win. That's what markets do. They go up and down. So with that being said, earnings is here, and we gotta focus on the earnings plays, right? We're starting with small amounts of money, so which is an advantage. I need y'all to understand that. I know some of us like, oh man, if I'd have put up more, nah, that's not your advantage. Your advantage is being able to put up a little bit and get 2,200 in return. You see what I'm saying? That's your advantage. So we're gonna have to be putting probably a couple more extra dollars on these earnings plays coming, but these are the plays that define the whole trading, the ones that take place around earnings. So what we're gonna be looking at, we're gonna be looking heavy into Netflix and Tesla right now because they're up and they're about to report like really soon, next couple weeks. So, you know, something you guys can jot down and keep with you. But when you're anticipating earnings and you're strategizing around earnings, all good stocks like Apple, Facebook, Netflix, Tesla, Amazon, especially the volatile ones, the MicroStrategies, the Coinbases, the CrowdStrikes. All of these stocks are going to give you at least 2 moves to the upside before earnings. Understand something. The market pulled back for earnings. It wasn't because of none of that stuff they're saying on the news. It's because of earnings. That's it. Because markets have to pull back in order to go up. That's just it. And if you guys have been with me, we've been anticipating this drop the whole time. Have we or have we not?
Yeah.
Have we been misguided about where the price of the market's going?
Nope.
Nope.
I had Ryan on there the other day. We was walking down a 15-second the whole time. So the way that you take full advantage of the market is to be with the trend. Be with the trend. And the trend is earnings right now. We didn't get the Christmas rally that people was expected because people were foolish to expect the Christmas rally after we just ran up astronomically after Trump was found to be elected. There's no way in the world that you think we was just gonna keep running up in the earnings. Nah, price. I don't care what's happening, what good news came out. Amongst all the euphoria, come back to reality. Markets have to go down to go up. That's just it. So we gotta pay the ones that's coming. This thing about to go. This thing been holding us down for a minute. Who still got the JP Morgan play?
I still got that. Yeah, I still got
I do.
Yeah, still got JP.
JP Morgan been holding us down, y'all.
Yeah, I peaked.
Aggressive. And we're getting a good lesson of what the institutions do, right? So once you guys learn price action, which is the art of knowing where price is going and being able to trade it, right? Once you guys learn that to that degree, you're going to see how the institutions actually play with the stuff. So just because a stock is sitting in demand, that don't mean that it's going to come out of there right away. Because there's 9,800 different securities listed on the market. So only me and M is putting money in JP Morgan right now. Ray, Jesse, none of them ain't putting money in it right now. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're witnessing with JP Morgan. We're witnessing the unprofessionals. See, because the professionals already built their position down here. Here's their move. And the rest is history. So once this thing break up through this green line, through this red line right here, 249 again, it is a wrap. If we get through this 249, it is a wrap. JP Morgan going to about 270, 280 after that because they're about to report earnings. Everybody understand that? Any questions?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Rosie.
Yeah, so during earnings, the stock can go up or it can go down. And from my understanding, no one really knows which direction it's going to take.
Except us.
It's a what?
Except us. Except real money.
Okay.
Now
So
go ahead and continue.
how do we know which direction it's going to go when we take that play a certain direction without the reporting?
Good question. So one thing is this. The way I was originally taught, before I was able to gauge price the way I am, is you don't ride a position through earnings, right? Because of what you just said. You don't know. It's an earning surprise. That's why they call it that, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so conventionally, you're correct. You don't ride through an earnings report because there's a number of different reasons why. If you're trading stock, then the only thing you got to worry about with the earnings report is it going down. And, if you got a good stock, it eventually recover. But if you trade those options, it's a different thing. So there's something else that could affect you, Rosie, even if the stock moves a couple dollars in your favor. You got IV. So IV is the thing that adds value to your option based on height. So the height is the earnings report. But once the earnings report comes out, what you think happened to the IV the next day?
It decreases?
It decreases because the hype is over now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know what the earnings report is. So now, in order for you to survive riding through an earnings report, it got to be just like what Rosie said. You got to know where the price going. And you got to know how far it's going. Because if it only move a little bit on a good earnings report, and I don't care what strike price you got, you're going to get hammered the next day because you're not keeping the IV active. The only way the IV stays active is if that report blows out of the water and everybody start buying that stock and that thing going crazy in the aftermarket. If you got that going on, you could stay in that and ride that thing overnight. But again, I can't stress this enough. We're going to know, and we do know where price is going. Because we ain't worried about the report. We worried about where price is sitting before a report even comes out. I'm telling you what JP Morgan going to do. I don't care what the earnings report be in 10 days. I'm telling you JP Morgan's going to go up here and break through this hourly high and be sitting at about 280. That's what I'm telling you. I don't care what the news say. And what's telling me that is this chart, because it already been up to 250. That's where around where we got in at. It broke down on us. And now it's going back up to that 250. So whatever sell orders that was up there that sent it down before, the same amount of sell orders is not going to be there because it already took some out. So when it goes back up with the strength of an earnings anticipation, it's going right through all of that right there. All of that. I don't care what the report says. So those are the time, Rosie, when you see somebody had a not so good report, but their stock price go up anyway. You ever seen that?
Can you say that part again, Santina? That was great value.
Yeah, when you have a stock that they don't have such a good earnings report, just the last earnings report with some of these companies, they weren't good, but they went up anyway. Who was in the Broadcom trade? Were y'all in this class when we called Broadcom?
No.
You made like 4,000%.
Yeah, I was in that one. You know that.
All right, so yeah, Nick, you was in it. So the Broadcom trade, right? Broadcom had a bad report, and they went up anyway, $20. Their report was decent, and they were waiting for the corporate meeting minutes to come out. You know, the earnings meeting, and then that's when they went up. They went up because the chart said they was going up, not because of the report. And then they continued to go up the next day because it's Broadcom. That's why. One of the best chip companies in the world. So I want you guys to, if nothing else, dispel those myths while you're here. Good question, Rosie. You ask a lot of questions that if the others are retaining the answers that I'm giving, they're sending people in the right direction. So thank you for you always asking questions. And I encourage the rest of you guys too. Don't stand in your own way. Ask the questions. So let's look at JP Morgan first from a daily standpoint. All right. So looking at this daily, JP Morgan is clearly in what kind of trend? Whoever got a little bit of chart knowledge or whoever been through the blueprint.
In an uptrend.
It's an upward trend.
It's in a clear uptrend. What makes an uptrend, guys?
Higher
I'm gonna
highs.
go in a little bit tonight for y'all. All right. Higher highs and higher lows. So the highs are up here. The highs are at these points here. Up here, as you see. Let me get an annotation. High, 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 higher high. High, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Low, higher low. And that's what makes your uptrend. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So you see the price of the market is gonna without a doubt go up and down. But what is the trend? It's gonna go up and down, but what is the trend is the question. Went up, it formed a high. It pulled back, formed a higher low. Went back up, formed a higher high. Went back down, formed a lower low than the previous. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So what is this? What is that one right there? What's that last one?
Say low.
Higher low.
Everybody say that again?
Higher low.
Higher
low.
Rosie, what is that, Rosie?
The higher high.
No, that's a higher low.
Higher low.
You see how that higher low was formed?
Yes.
We formed a higher high first,
Mm-hmm.
and then it came down and formed a higher low. And then it took off away from that higher low. Y'all see that?
Yeah, got it now.
It took off away from the higher low here. and then it pulled back into this here. So I already know what's happening next. This higher low lets you know what price wanted to do. Once it didn't continue to fill
I
that
was just
gap,
pulling the meat off the bones now.
once, come on, man, you got something to eat for all of us? See, you got something to eat for all of us, man?
Yeah, I'm making some brown stew chicken. I got my wife.
You saying you Jamaican?
Yeah,
Oh man, listen, I need that brown stew snapper.
I got you.
All right, there you go. Let's talk.
Mhm.
So this low right here was indication to me, guys, and these candles preceding it, regardless to this pullback that we caught up in limbo because we waiting for the second move. How many moves did I say you'll get out of a good stock before earnings report?
Two.
Two. So this was the first one, right? We missed it. It was a few days ago. We caught it. It just wasn't enough for us because we got in at a wrong time. So we caught this move, but this was the first move. Here come the second one now. So like I told y'all, if it get above this 248, this is going to be nothing no more because it already let you know what it's trying to do. Now let's line some indicators up. What do we have going on, people? The market just pulled back extremely, didn't it?
Yeah.
We got a Christmas rally that we didn't get. We got earnings coming in January. Bank earnings report first, right?
Yeah.
We got a lot of good indicators, don't we? So even if you don't know how to read charts, because I tie all that together. My mentor, he don't look at nothing but charts. He could care less about an indicator. Me, I don't like to keep myself in a box. So I like knowing that other information because it does confirm some things for me. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what information is for, is to be used. And I have it already, so I know how to use it. So I tie that earnings news or earnings anticipation with what I see on this chart. And this chart here is set to go up. Again, the only issue we got here is if it can't get above 248 this time. And we'll know that when it get close to it, because then I'll drop to a smaller time frame and be able to see exactly what it's doing. Then that's the time when didn't I tell y'all to take that Tesla? What I tell y'all? Be willing to change your sentiment too. Don't take a hard stance on nothing you believe, because it could change like that. Did you look at the chart good enough? I didn't look at the chart good enough, but I was forced to look at it a second time, and I said, "Oh no, we don't need to short Tesla. If Tesla does this, it's going here," and it did exactly that. While y'all took that, I took the MicroStrategy call. I ain't even participating in Tesla because I was too busy getting y'all in it. I couldn't switch over to the platform and get myself in it. You feel what I'm saying? So what I do, I turned around and smoked this ASS later. I smoked them later. I caught them 40 minutes before the market closed. And we gonna catch these, especially for the ones that's in the room and attentive. This been so good with us that I'm not even sure if I'm gonna open up the challenge to more people. That's how real it is. I'm not even sure if I want 250 people in here. Because I want to know who's who. I want to know y'all getting to it, and I want to know y'all getting what's going on. I can't monitor 250 people, and I care too much. I care about my trades. So, JP Morgan, we already in. Goldman Sachs, we got hammered on some puts, and you see Goldman Sachs is doing it. Is it a coinky-dink, or does these two bank stocks look the same?
They look the same.
Similar.
We gonna get
I
off
mean, the
this.
same, like, yes, the next, like similar.
They you see, they both got a gap. They both gap. It was this gap up. Can anybody see that date down there? Y'all blocking me. Y'all can see the date.
24th.
The 24th.
All right, so this was still the Trump run right here, right? Boom. Look at this move. Comes back down. Doesn't fill a gap. Firms a higher low. Now look, that's JPM. Go back to Goldman Sachs. Both 4-hour charts. They don't look the same.
Yes, sir.
Y'all see it? Let me point it
Yeah,
out.
they definitely.
Yep.
Whoever don't see it, don't be afraid to say you don't see it.
I
Close
see it.
mouth,
I
don't
see
get fed. We all trying to eat.
it. I see it.
I see it.
Gap right there. Price pulls back into the gap, holds up right here. Same thing. Goldman Sachs get above 597, it's out of here. We will know if it's going towards 597 because once it eat this up, none of this other stuff is going to stop it. So these gaps. Go ahead. Somebody want to say something?
Yeah, he's saying, question, do they normally correlate similar to like how Nas and ES correlate?
Yeah, it all correlates at some point, right? So
Mhm.
if you think about the S&P is down as 500 stocks in there. If you look at the S&P leaderboard, right, they're going to
Right.
show you what's red and what's not. So,
Right.
you know, as far as the correlation, I just look at that to point it out to because it's obvious. But at the end of
Right.
the day, even if there was no correlation, they both bank stocks, and it is what it is. They both sitting at the same pretty much area. You see different prices of the stocks, but the charts look the same. Why? Because the investment patterns in those stocks are the same. So when they put money in JP Morgan that day, they put money in Goldman Sachs that day at the
Okay.
same levels. You feel what I'm
Okay.
saying? And of course, they got robots and shit working for them, so they did it simultaneously how they wanted to do it. That's why both of those moves are there. That's an institutional gap right there. Institutions got in right there.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
so once I see that gap and I see it get partially filled, now I know price is not supposed to go. I thought this gap would have got filled, but I knew it wasn't going to go below the gap because once it gets filled, that lets me know that hole right there, that's institutions. Some other people they took some money out of some other shit, it pulled back, and now it's going to go back up again. This is an institutional gap all day.
Wow.
That's the hedge fund people. Mm.
That's a 50-point move that took place.
What time interval is it that you're looking for?
Yeah, that's a 4-hour.
Because it's a longer duration, you can tell because it stayed like that wide of a gap for that long.
Yeah, I mean, it gapped up there, and then it took a couple days for it to come down and even fill that gap. We caught that trade. That was the winning trade we took from the beginning.
Yeah, that was
We all
before.
we all caught that Goldman Sachs trade. Like maybe like close to like 1,300% or something. So you got JP, Goldman Sachs. We looking at Tesla and Netflix. Um, this is a certified animal. Like this, the only stock that goes up off levels like this. This is a bullshit level. Any other stock, I would not trade this. I would not think this was going up. And this is just an animal, man. It does what it wants to do. And when it's beasting out, that's what it is. So right now, we ate through some critical points. It filled that gap like I told y'all it would. Um, right here, 415. These levels right here are going to probably get hit at 4 o'clock, so we won't have to worry about them. The only level I'm worried about is the one up here. This is where we'll get probably a decent pullback. But again, we looking at a 15-minute time frame. It could shoot right all through all of this. And that's what I think it wants to do on Monday, to be honest with you. You don't drop Tesla don't drop like that and don't come up out of there. That just don't happen. You know how many people waiting for this stock? So you can see here, this is going to be the area, the only area we got to worry about. So for a lot of us, we might be parting ways with that Tesla, take a little 200, 300%, get out the way, because up here is some supply and it will pull back in this area right here. It may do it at 416, to be honest with you, because this area too. This is a drop-based drop right here. That's a continuation down. That means there's a lot of sell orders right here. So Tesla could be tired of playing around with them though, and it could bust through all of that stuff, to be honest with you. That drop that it experienced was that was a nice drop. So this is a weekly look at the drop right here. Let me clear these up.
Would this be considered a sideways trend?
Oh, nah, not this one because it's going straight up. See?
Okay, I'm just looking at the middle here, like,
This so this is a weekly chart. So each one of these
okay,
candles is 1 week.
gotcha.
So this would be considered sideways right here, Jayla. This is a channel here. Here's a high, here's a low. Price didn't go higher or lower than it until it got here. So yeah, this part is a channel. This entire chart is not a channel. This is as uptrend as it get. This thing looked like a rocket ship going up. That was the Trump stuff right here. So this was a nice pullback. It pulled back into here, and this is what we fighting out of. So if I'm looking at this, we still ain't out of the blue with Tesla. You can see this little green cross right here. This little green cross right here. That's what we ran into. That's what it stopped. It was actually forced it down. And that's what it's going back up to try to get. But this is a new week. So I'd like to see the new week candle open up to the upper right side. Let me go to a daily. Daily might be not daily ain't showing up yet. So if we see a candle open up right here to the upper right, all of this is done. It's gonna eat it all up tomorrow or this week. Still gonna be pullbacks. Nothing goes straight up. Take that out of your mind. But the pullbacks won't be severe. It won't result in a loss. Be smaller time frame pullbacks, 10-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute, but it won't be no big time frame because this thing is ready to go. This is ready to go. Let's see what the ES showing us now. ES looking like it's coming down right now. Oh no, this is 15-minute. I'm looking at the wrong stuff. It's the wrong time frame, buddy. So you got the ES sitting right here right now, prime to go up. Let's see what it do in the overnight. Bitcoin coming up off a pullback. So 860 is going to be a go for here. Hopefully Netflix come down to that 860. This is going to be a trade. This trade is going to make us a lot of money right here. Let me show y'all some of the things. Anybody remember what I said about open interest and the role that it play in when you picking your options? Anybody want to take a shot at that?
I don't think I was there for that. If nobody don't answer, could you elaborate for me?
I'm gonna let somebody else elaborate.
The,
Somebody remember what I said about that? About the open interest?
you wanted to have a lot of orders, and you don't want it to have like low because doesn't that tell you how much volatility it's possibly going to have? There's a lot of orders going in at a particular time.
Hey,
That's definitely part of it. Good job. What else you got?
available at any strike price?
Yeah,
It's,
open
it,
interest.
it's the
It's
contract available at any strike price.
yeah, it's the amount of contracts that's available at whatever strike price or expiration, right? So
Yeah.
I was telling you guys that it holds some importance. What importance is that? Do anybody remember? Remember the whole
Does
thing we went
the
through? Remember the whole thing we went through about bid and ask price?
so basically, if you compare it when you're looking at the option chain and say like you're looking at an open interest of say that Netflix has 860 has a 3,000 people on it versus say like Netflix 870 it only has 50 people on it. The liquidity between the bid and ask is going to be wider for the one that has less interest.
Talk that talk, Jesse. Great answer. So what happens if your bid and ask is wide and you make a mistake and get in that position, Jess? What happens to you instantly?
You basically your option going to lose money because it's going to take a lot. Being that there's no buyers in there for you to get out. It possibly going to let you get out where you actually the contract will possibly expire on you, worthless.
Or you're just going to get in at a loss, like you just said, because once you get in, if you want to get out, you got to get out at the bid price. But you got in an option that had an ask price of $1 and a bid price of 10 cents. So immediately when you got in there, your option went from $1 to 10 cents. So the open interest says that, like Jesse said, when there's a lot of contracts at one specific strike at one specific expiration, right? There's going to be a tighter bid and ask spread because there's more people participating and competing for that strike price, whether they're buyers or sellers. Y'all get that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So the way it reacts to the options is this. It also reacts to the Greeks because as more contracts get added at a particular strike price, that is sending a message to the market that people want to participate at that price. So now what you think happens at with anything that people want to participate in? What happens to the price?
Price go up.
Price go up,
Price
demand
go
go
up.
up.
It gets more expensive. It gets more expensive. So the more people adding contracts to that strike that you're at, the more money you're going to be making in that option. So what happens when the opposite happens though? What happens when people is Friday expiration and people start dumping those contracts?
Price goes down.
And what's causing the price to go down? Because what's changing? Which Greek?
The,
Which options Greek is changing?
the
The
IV,
theta.
The
IV,
gamma,
the time decay.
the gamma.
All right, y'all said a lot of interesting things. Somebody who said theta?
I did.
You're partially right because theta's obviously changing. Yes. Who
Okay.
said who said IV
I said IV. I
on
said
spot?
IV as well.
Whoever said IV, you on spot. That's what I was talking about. Jayla's also right because time decay is coming out regardless of what, especially if the IV is getting lower, right? That everything starts working against you, right? So the thing about those plays we was in Friday, where my accountability comes in, is because I understand that if we didn't go in the money and stay there, that the minute that thing goes even 60 cent against us, we was gonna lose everything that we just made. And the idea was for us to at least get back either some of the Goldman money or get back some of whatever we put something on and lost real quick. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So that's my accountability because I was worried about something happening that didn't actually happen. And I forgot what was going on. I forgot we put that money up knowing that we could either make a whole lot or lose that little bit. All right. So when you talk about open interest, you look here, which strikes Jayla got the most open interest? Shay, where you at, Shay? You over here hiding.
You saying we still see just
Still on your
Netflix?
Netflix, buddy.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't even switch over to the option chain. My bad. Where my queens at? We only got Jayla on here. Who on here?
I'm here.
Yeah.
All right,
Show you
right.
up, man.
All right, so y'all tell me which strike y'all see the most open interest at on the call and put side. Now I know some of y'all with Robinhood and things like that, y'all don't see this. This is called the option chain.
So, oh,
The
anybody else want to go?
880.
The
The
870, the 870.
The 900.
870 and the 900 on the call side got the most contracts. They got 1,000 contract, 1,300 contracts on both of those strikes. So that's not to say the strikes in between are not good. That's not to say that. It's just to say that whatever Greek power is going into this option chain here, this expiration, those strikes are going to get the most of it. That's what that's saying. And that also tells any chart reader where the market is expecting price to go. So right now, Netflix about to pull back to about 860, 870, somewhere down there. And these contracts are going to get even cheaper. They're going to get even cheaper. And when they do, I can guarantee you that everybody's at the 950 too. Nope, they're at the 950. The most contracts is at the 950. And those are the contracts we're gonna buy when the market opens tomorrow. You see how much they cost? $188. Those are the ones we want. Let this thing fall back to 866 first. They're gonna be even cheaper than that. 866, 867, somewhere around there, 870. We're gonna be ready to get in this thing. And this is an earnings play because they report on the 21st, I believe it is.
Santino, what strike is that? Because I'm on my phone, so I could barely see that. What
That's a
strike?
950. January
What
17th.
expiration?
January 17th.
Okay.
But we gotta watch it too because I don't know if they're gonna fill up this expiration here. You see January 20. So this is how it works, guys. The expiration that's the closest to the earnings date is gonna be the one that gives you the most Greek power and Greek value. All right. The expiration that's closest to the earnings date, as you can see over here, Netflix report on the 21st. January 24th is not the expiration where you see all the contracts at, but this is the one that's actually closer. And not only is it closer, it's more expensive because you're buying more time, right? So, and the time is the protection, the way the market think. You got more time for it to hit your strike price. So they may very well pile into these expirations right here because these are actually closer to the earnings date. But I think you only want to take the one that's in front of the earnings date is if the one that's in back of it is very far behind. And this is only 4 days behind. It's January 17th. So this is the one we need to be in. This the one gonna get all the action. This the one that's gonna get all the action. Let's see what Tesla got for us. Tesla still haven't confirmed the date, but they got an unconfirmed date for 122. You can find out stocks earnings dates on Earnings Whisper if you don't know how to look at it on your platform. But when you see the bell next to it, that means the date is locked in. If you don't see no bell, that means it's unconfirmed. All right.
That's
So where you see the most contracts at? Which expiration, somebody?
good. 390. Four
Oh
hundred.
well, nah, I'm tripping. It's 400.
Yeah, they did.
January 17th.
Hey, listen, guys, so look, you see this is a further out date, right? And you
I see
see,
more February than January.
huh?
No, you said for earnings. I'm looking at it, the chart for earnings. I'm seeing more February than January.
Ain't no February over here. This is January expiration, right
Oh,
here.
you know what? My bad. As I zoomed in, I zoomed it all the way to the corner. That's why.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
Yeah,
see what you.
yeah. Rest of the earnings. Okay. But you talking about far as
So,
January 17th?
yeah. So look at this contract here. Although this is more time and it's a safer play because it's next week, that 400 strike was sitting at $2,400 on Friday. Nobody can lie to you about what they made off options either, guys, because this is how it works. If we buy this 400 strike today, somebody else could buy it next. Not this one because it expired. Or I mean, no, yeah, this one. If we buy this 400 strike when the market opens, somebody else could buy the same 400 strike the next day. Only difference is if it went up, it's going to be more expensive for them. If it went down, it'd be cheaper for them. You feel what I'm saying? So can't nobody lie to you about what they made off an option because as long as the expiration is still up, you can go to that expiration and look at that option. All right. So can't nobody pull no smoke on you on that one. So the 400 strike here ended on Friday. This didn't expire yet because this is January 17th, but it ended at 24.50. Let's look at the ones we was in yesterday. On that. Damn, we can't even look at them now. We can't look at them now. Last week was we can't look at them. Last week was January 3rd. So you got some platforms that allow you to look at historic option change too, but this ain't one of them, obviously. But let's look at what we need to look at. So you got Tesla. I got Tesla going to 500. So the plays we in are cool, but we're gonna have to get in some more too, like some March after we make some money off these. All right, because we get in for March because Tesla probably by March will be sitting at about 750, man. Tesla ain't playing, man. It ain't playing. It ain't playing. And then it's gonna split down again. Um, Look how many contracts at that 500 strike. How many contracts y'all see?
30K.
31K basically.
So that 500 is definitely the deal. $500 strike is the move. Yeah, 500. Then you go to the volume to see how many people actually purchase those contracts. Because open interest, remember, is the contracts that's available. But the volume is how many been purchased. How many people purchased those contracts already? 19,000 people. This thing about to shake, rattle, and roll. 19,000 people brought these contracts already. Who got the Tilray play?
I got in.
I got.
I got it. I got it.
Y'all better have that Tilray. Y'all might have to get some extra time on Tilray too, just because it's going when it break out, it's gonna go. Tilray's definitely going. It's setting up. They building position in Tilray right now. If you got it when I got it and you probably down, don't worry about it. Tilray is a monster. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. Volume. I'm supposed to be looking at open interest. Look how many contracts in Tilray, guys. Y'all see him?
100,000.
Mm.
You see really nothing on the put side either, right? 65 got the 7 strike too. 65,000 contracts here. So when the bid and ask is low like that, you know, you may get in that position and that thing may be down 40% immediately just because the bid and ask so low. Because it ain't changing. So the move on that option the wrong way in the wrong direction and it loses value. But when it comes back, you'll wake up and it'll be up. The brain you be like, what's shipping? The stock price barely moved because it's so cheap, you know? And the IV is jumping all over the place because look how many contracts is being added. And you don't see none past February, right? Look at February 2025. How many contracts y'all see there?
Nothing.
Barely anything, right?
Yeah.
Let me show you why.
And how you say you get to this chart again?
What?
How you get? Hold on.
Option chain? I don't know what platform you're using.
I've been using Robinhood. It ain't on there.
It may be. I can't say it's not because I haven't worked it, but they may have it. They got their little trading platform now, I believe, so they may have something where you can actually see an option chain.
You can, but you can't see it all at one time.
So you can't like just put it on all expirations and see everything?
No, you have to do it individual strike prices and look that way.
Hmm.
You can always go to Yahoo Finance, though. It's free.
Oh, Yahoo Finance, yeah. The only thing though, Yahoo Finance, it won't have you could look at it for practice, but it won't have the real option chains.
It's not on TradingView either, Sam?
I don't know. I haven't never searched for it. I always just switch over to my Tastyworks. That's what y'all see. I'm using Tasty Trades and looking at that too. That's what I always do, but I never check. But I will check tomorrow. Did everybody get TradingView yet? Did everybody sign up for TradingView?
I got TradingView.
Yeah,
Mike's off. Mike's off. Forgot. If you already got Swim or something that allows you to work charts, then you don't need TradingView. But if you don't, you should get TradingView so you can follow along with what's going on in these rooms. So this stock is at the bottom of the map right here. So this is why you don't see nothing in February, because this is all that's expected out of this is the lifetime chart of Tilray right here from 2017 to now. So this is what we're waiting on. We're waiting on this. So here's let me go back some time. Why is my chart like this?
Yeah, I found it on TradingView, Tilray.
Okay.
Well, the chart, I don't. I gotta go with the options. But I got it on the chart though.
So y'all see this? Y'all see this chart right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this was the first move on Tilray IPO in 2017 when Trump was in office. It went up to $300 in one day. They didn't even have not one bud of marijuana during that time. Meaning they didn't even have a company. So the second move was here when Biden got in office. It bounced up in pretty much 2 weeks from $8.40 all the way up to $66. We just needed to go to $8.40, and we all could just, take the kids and the family on a vacation. Just go to $8.40. That's all we need. So this is why you don't see nothing after February, because marijuana is not legal. So these companies aren't consistent investments. They are trend investments. So they're starting to build a position in Tilray. It's at the bottom of the map. Our strongest indicator is the fact that this is the biggest marijuana company that's able to trade on the market. And they're about to report earnings. And Ryan said we better be in this thing. So that's why we in it. But we've been in it for a while. We've been waiting for Tilray for a minute. So what happens is it gets these pops when presidents start speaking about legalizing marijuana. And then you'll just see Tilray move $30 in one day. If Tilray is profitable on this earnings report, oh man, this is gonna be a good one.
Do you recommend keeping the January 17th expiration date for this one?
Yeah, definitely.
What play was that? I think I was in the chat for that.
So that's what we got, guys. Netflix, Tesla, Tilray, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. Those are the ones that's about to report. Those are the ones we're looking at right now. We already in the Tesla. We looking to make some money off that Tesla and be able to roll out further to a March so we can participate in those moves that's going to happen too. Because this market going to keep moving until about April. Around April, we'll get another serious pullback. We're looking to get Netflix as well.
What play till March, my guy?
We're looking to get in another Tesla, so we want to make money off this one this week. We can't look in this one. We only got to next Friday. So we want to make money off this. When Tesla pull back, catch that pullback, catch the March contract. You see what I'm saying? That March contract, we can ride through earnings, Rosie, because you know why? Because we got until March now. And we already know, even if an earnings report send Tesla down, it's going to come out of that hole. All right?
I didn't see the Tilray though, Santino.
What Tilray?
Tilray play. You say you in one, right?
Yeah, we all in Tilray. Who is this?
Phil.
Oh, it's Phil? All right. I'll get you in it tomorrow. Just make sure you remind me.
When did you guys get into that though? I wasn't there. I didn't see it. That's why I'm just a little.
When we get in that Friday, guys?
Friday.
Yeah, we got in there Friday. I had got in the one there for Friday. I was in it before Friday too.
Didn't throw it in the chat, right?
Yeah, I believe
It was in the Voxer chat.
In the what, sir?
In the Voxer chat. You in the Voxer?
No,
Yeah.
sir.
Who's speaking? Who's speaking?
Sir, I'm having a bit of a problem getting into the Voxer. I found you on there and everything like that. I believe I messaged you as well. I sent a message to Santino Drew, but I'm not in the Voxer, which is how do I?
All right, I'm gonna try to get you in there. Phil, you not in there either?
I'm in there, but it didn't load anything until today. Because I was
got you, because you just got in, so you couldn't see. All right, I'm gonna make sure you get in tomorrow. Don't worry about it. You Tilray start moving for nobody yet. Don't worry about it. Shit, you might be saving yourself from a loss by not being in there on Friday.
Letter T over here.
Somebody, can you mute your background, please? Somebody, can you mute yourself? You're in class.
We can keep
It's
the
all
WhatsApp,
good. What you say, Phil?
keep the WhatsApp chat alive, keep it alive.
No. You could kill that. I mean, you were in the Voxer though, right?
I'm in the
Send a
box.
message to the Voxer now. See if it comes up. See if everybody see your message.
It's sent.
Y'all can see his message?
Yep. Yeah, it just
Yes.
notification just came up.
All right, Ken, I'm gonna get you in there, Ken.
Okay, cool.
Everybody else in the Voxer, right?
What's up, my
Yeah.
friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So listen.
I just messaged you again, my friend.
All right, got you.
All right.
All right, so tomorrow the room is gonna open from 9 to 11, regular hours. Be prompt if you can be on the computer. If you're at home, be on your computer so you can see exactly what's going on. If not, you at work, it's all good. Yes, you can take trades from work. Yes, you can take trades from wherever you at. You probably just won't be able to take day trades. I wouldn't suggest you guys take those 1 day trades that we do on Fridays. If you know you in the background tied up, because you're not you may not get out when we say get out, and it might just be a disaster. You can risk it because we ain't gonna never risk the whole house on those plays. So you can do it if you want. I'm just saying, just be careful. All right.
Yeah, Tino, I'm sorry. Tomorrow might be able to hop on at 9 and get off at 9:30. I have like some meetings like damn near at 10.
No, that's all good, brother. I'll make sure you get whatever we do. You in the chat now, so you're gonna be good.
All right.
All
Hey,
right.
Sam, can you guys just remember, like, whenever you do it, make a trade, just make sure to put it in the chat? Because, like, I didn't get on
Yeah,
that Tesla,
we
but I'm
don't
just
put
finding it.
every trade don't go in the chat though. Some trades, if you ain't there to take it, you ain't going to get in. You know.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Remember, we taking cheap trades, so we can't always. We got to some of them we got to get in, and that's just that. But everything else does go in the chat. Is for you guys to check the chat and communicate with your community. Because if we put something in the chat, a trade, it's not going to stay in there forever. I don't know, Ryan, you know how to pin stuff in the chat for Voxer?
Nope, but I'll find out tonight.
All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll start pinning whatever trades or find out how to create some type of leaderboard. But mostly the trades that you're going to sit in 2, 3 weeks are the ones that you can get in late, or stuff like this Tilray, you know? But yeah, definitely consider that though, Nick. Thank you for that.
Yeah, because as soon as I see the notification, I buy right away when I'm at school. I
Got
just
you.
can't be on the Zoom call, obviously.
Got you.
Hey, Sam, one more thing. I'm still having issues getting back into the war room. I don't know what it is. I get in and say that I purchased before, and before it used to just take me in there after it says that, but it just stops after that. And I did it like numerous times on my laptop and my phone.
Everybody having issues with the war room? Is anybody even studying the war room? How about that?
Because I want I want to continue that so I can stay on top of things and learn.
Ray, I got you. Who's studying the war room?
I'm studying that war room all day.
Yeah, I've been on it too.
If you're having problems getting in the war room, what I had to do is I had to actually put in a whole new email.
I
Remember you
downloaded
told me
the
that last
app.
time, Sam?
Yeah, that's what I was telling you in the message, Ray. Try another email, try another device.
That's right.
Everybody else take advantage of your resources. If you don't know what the war room is, that's that video module of me teaching. So take advantage of your resources. Get what you can get. You know, we're gonna make some money, but just get what you can get. All right. 9 o'clock tomorrow, guys. Good class tonight. I'm gonna send this video, put it in the chat because we did go into some lessons. So I'm gonna put this in the chat for you guys. All right.
Next
All right, definitely.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Communicate with your people. Don't be afraid to ask each other questions either. All right.
Got it.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Night, everybody.
Night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Lions game on, right? Minnesota Lions. Let's get it. I'm a Bears fan though. Wah, 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 wah.
Trash Giants over here, but it's all good.
Go Bears.
Oh man, go Bears, Em.
They trash
Go
too.
Bears.